That's tomorrow, and that's it for us today. Okay, I don't know what that is, but it's not right on the teleprompter. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that. To insert breast implants on a tattoo. What does that mean? To put mini breast implants in his leg? Yes. All right, go. In 5, 4, 3. That's it for tomorrow, and that's it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Oh, I can do it. Bill O'Reilly might be able to not do it, but OJ Snip 4 can do it. Now, if you're asking yourself, why do I keep doing the Bill O'Reilly thing? I don't know. I love it. I love it. That's why I keep doing it. It's just fantastic to see him flip out, so you know what kind of person he really, truly is. The ego on that bastard. Now, this is a little bit older news, actually, but just came across my inbox today and thought to myself, this is what we are living with in our society. These people vote. They have opinions. They have thoughts. And they believe in stuff. They don't believe in any conspiracy theories, but they believe in what the government and media and stuff tells them. I mean, that's probably the prime suspect we're dealing with here. Man gets breast implants on his leg to complete a tattoo he had. No. No. I'm going to go ahead and provide a link to this. The story's all over the place as far as the internet. It's older. I searched for it by title, found a bunch of places talking about it. So I'm going to go ahead and just link this to you rather than have to edit this video and put the pictures in, make it simple. But when I see this crap, guy's got a picture of a girl with some kind of sun hat or maybe a cowboy hat, cowgirl hat, something. Black and white, black whatever tattoo. Skimpily dressed. Big old fake breasts in the tattoo, of course. But it's a tattoo. It's all inked in. And then they show a little incision on the side where they're putting in mini breast implants. For him? No, not for him. That'd be a little odd anyways, wouldn't it? But no. For his leg. On the side of his calf, he wants these breast implants right where the fake tattoo, whatever, real tattoo, breast implant picture or whatever, ink is. He wants to go ahead and put fake breast implants in there. Mini ones. Like little mini-me from Austin Powers. Mini breast implants. It's already, it's not bad enough that women in our society, many of them, just being part of the society of today, automatically, as they get a little older, start growing breasts, start getting interested in boys, etc., get a little older, more than likely out of their teenage years, but I tell you, I've seen and heard of many teenagers, and I mean like up to 18, even 19, getting breast implants that young, already ready to go. Because why? One word, one line, every time. Confidence booster. Confidence booster. Is that kind of like, you tired at work at night? Have some 5-hour energy drink. Is that what that's like? Like, a little insecure tonight, have a little drink? Or you're insecure always because society around you, the women that participate in this devilish society, all get their breast enlarged procedures or whatever, breast implants, that procedure done. Because they want to have, they want to be 35, 40, 45, 50, 60 years old and have great looking breasts. Now, can you imagine? And can you argue when they tell you that's the reason? Confidence. At first you should say, well, you shouldn't care what other people think about you, period. That's the bottom line. So you can't argue. That's the end of that discussion. You win. But when they come back with, well, it's just a confidence booster, you have to look at it, the whole picture, just to be a little fair to them on that one. So while our whole society is built on that, everybody on TV, every freaking celebrity whatever show, even the non-celebrity shows, whatever, where there's average people on TV now, involved in some stupid TV show that you just love to watch, they got fake breasts. Every one of them. Every one of them's got fake breasts, man. And they do look good, man. I wish I looked like that. So you want to start looking like your neighbors. You want to look like society. I got to fit in with society. I don't give a crap about fitting in with society, to be quite honest with you. But these women use that as an excuse. And maybe some of them who have just very, very small breasts, regardless of what society thinks, it's always on their mind. God, they're so tiny. I wish I could do it. Now we've got these procedures. I just want to do it. I really need confidence. Again, if you were, and I don't want to say if you were raised right, because it's not fair to put that blame on the parents when simply as soon as your kid leaves your house, they're put right into society. So no matter what you teach them, they're going to see otherwise out in society and figure, well, my parents are telling me to not care about that and not feel, not non-confident about myself. But I can't help it when everyone around me, I look around and everyone's got fake breasts and all these pretty ladies and women that I wish I looked like. Mine are little tiny ones, and you can't say that it's not going to go through their mind, or it's a bad thing from starting to go in their mind to begin with, or whatever. As if that's a bad thought. They're not going to be able to help it. So the society as a whole is screwed up. However, you should fight it. You don't have to be like society. You don't have to be like everybody else. Can you imagine? Out in the future, maybe a big calamity comes one day and knocks a bunch of us out. And, 1,000 years go by, humanity's built back up again, and they're doing their little archaeological digs and stuff, and they find some grave somewhere, and it might have just been a standard graveyard for that matter. And they start digging in there, and there's bones, as you would expect, nothing else left, some hair and bones. What is that? What are these things right roughly where the breast of this human being is? What are those things? It's not skin. It would have biodegraded by now. It's not bone either because it's somewhat eaten up, but wow, what is this? What is this? Let's take it out and examine it. And they're going to take out someone's fake breast in the future. And then I think maybe when they finally realize what it is, everyone's going to kind of have a little laugh at them. For, you grab their fake breasts and pull them, off a dead person. But at the same time, all joking aside, they're going to look back and say, what in the hell kind of humanity, kind of society was around back then? When they realize it was for confidence. And that's to even assume that 1,000 years from now, that they'll actually use that as their conclusion. Like, their brain's going to tell them, oh, it was probably a confidence issue. No, their brain's going to do what all other human brains do and be, very fair to, or, look back at society and not give them that. They're going to look back and say, oh, maybe it was maybe they had a medical procedure done. There was some problem and they had to have, maybe these things were filled up with breast milk and helped, bring a baby up from birth on breast milk, and they had to have these things surgically implanted to help feed the child. That's probably what this was for. They're never going to think in a million years that 1,000 years ago society were a bunch of freaking bozos, materialistic scumbags as far as they're concerned when they look back. And that they only wanted these thousands of dollars worth of procedures for one procedure. $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 all day long. To get a good set, to get a good looking set, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. You can get the crappy set for about $2,000. But one might not be facing forward, and the other might be, and there might be a little this action going on. But you get what you pay for. Sorry about that. So you're having a recession with your confidence. What? What the hell is Jay Snip talk? Recession with your confidence? Yeah, you are experiencing. You only had $2,000 or the $2,500 package. You couldn't afford the $4,000. Yeah, you got the recession package. Budget cuts, and your budget cut turned this into this, and then this, which they already spread, miles apart to begin with, which is unnatural, and then this turns to this. So one's looking at you, they're both spread way apart, and then this one's doing needs a little alignment. You know what I mean? Needs a little alignment. It's off that way. They got the recession special. They were broke, so they can only get their ego or their confidence had a little recession in their confidence. Meaning their confidence isn't 100% like the $4,000 or $5,000 boob job. their confidence is in a recession level. They had to have experienced a recession. They had to opt for the $2,000 or $2,500 package. So their ego or their confidence isn't 100% confident. So they still look around. Man, I wish mine was like that. But I guess I look better than her, who's are tiny. So I guess I kind of feel okay. But man, I wish that were straight. Right? So your confidence isn't 100%. Sorry about that. Do you really think that's the thing to be focusing on? And I'm picking on women because they don't really do this for men. Now, they do have breast implants for men to give you a nice looking chest, as if you're built, you're in shape, you've got muscles. But in reality, you have a wet noodle of a chest. But it looks like you could lift a lot of weight. It looks like you're a tough guy. But when you get under the bench press, it falls on your face and there's no weight on it. Another confidence booster for men. Sounds good, doesn't it? And butt implants. You want some butt implants? You butt a little flat? We got you covered. Maybe they'll dig 1,000 years from now. They'll dig up the breast on one side and the butt on the other side on some people, but then only breast on this side. And then they'll find a male body or bones and say, "Oh, these ones are shaped actually like a very well-built, muscular man. Oh my God! No way!" Then it's going to hit them. The future, 1,000 years in the future, it'll finally hit them. These things weren't meant for, humanitarian, safety things, such as feeding a child who maybe you had problems with your breast or you had cancer or something. They had to implant these things so you could feed, some great technology back then. No! It was nothing more than confidence. My image. How do I look today? Holy crap, they're going to be disgusted that they were related to us, but they don't have a choice because they wouldn't exist in 1,000 years if it wasn't for us now. So future humanity, if this video somehow is found somewhere in 1,000 years on some major archive, I'm apologizing to you now in advance, but we are going through very difficult economic, political, etc. times. There's a massive cycle that's ending right now in which all forms of civilized world is about to be going out the window, and anarchy is about to be ensuing over the next several years probably. So just bear with us. I apologize in advance. And if I have any children that are out there 1,000 years plus, this is great Grandpa JSnip4 trying to keep it real, trying to wake up humanity. Appreciate that.